G'day, mate. She be right, mate. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. These are very distinctively Australian terms. How would you go translating that into another language? I presume many of you might be originally from another language speaking group, or you know other languages. Many do today. Translation is a difficulty because sometimes the concepts or the ideas are not in another culture. You're with Mission Alive. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. I remember some of my time in Barena Diocese, where the French priests were, them speaking of the difficulties of translating scripture into those languages. It's one of the benefits and the consequences of the Second Vatican Council that all the liturgy was to be translated into the language of the people. So that included readings. So many places they were busy translating at least the Sunday readings into the language of the people. But within one language of 15, 20, 25,000 people or more, there were a number of dialects, even up to 6 dialects or more within one language group. So that meant some of the translations were different. And as much as I can understand those languages, when I'd read the scriptures, certainly words were different. So this is one of the things of the difficulty of going on mission and bringing the gospel message to people. Another question that was around early in the time of that area was when to baptize people. People have been contacted, catechized or evangelized, then they indicated they wanted to be baptized. So how long do you make them wait to be baptized? How long is the catechetical period, the catechumenate? Bishop Alain de Beaumenu, who led that area for about 50 years, one of his instructions to the priests was, don't leave people outside the gate. Meaning baptize them, bring them in, and continue the process of catechizing them, of bringing them more deeply into the faith. Some priests disagree with that. And in one particular station, which became a parish, the priests insisted on a 7-year catechumenate, a very strict, disciplined period of catechesis. And after the first group was baptized, when the second group was getting ready, they asked those who had been baptized already, from your village, these people are on the list for baptism, what do you think? And some would say, yes, that one's okay, that one's okay, this one, no. We don't see any change in his life or her life in the village, so leave them first. So a difference of practice, a difference of ideas from very good people. This is perhaps one small incident, but it indicates what can be larger difficulties. In the Acts of the Apostles, and recently we had the controversy between Paul with the Gentiles and the Jews who were sticking to the Jewish customs. And one of them was the custom of circumcision. And we know that story from the Acts of the Apostles. So there was differences of opinion and so controversy. So Paul went to Rome to talk to the apostles and the elders and solve it. And that's known as the Council of Jerusalem, the first gathering of the church to solve an issue like that. Down through the history of the church, many things like that. Many of the heresies in the early days, and some that were declared heretics, those churches which were often in the East, became very, very missionary. They established Christian communities deep into Asia. As I mentioned yesterday, the split between the East and West, the Greek world and the Roman world. Later on, the Reformation, where many churches, many people split off from the church. and became the Protestant churches as we know them today. And so different churches, different rites, different ideas, often based in culture and in language. And those things are still with us, the culture and language. This is part of mission. Thank you for being with us.